They are two of the most well-read people I know and two of the most well-written. I believe that most of us here have their books on their shelves, receive my father's bi-weekly religion news service columns, and have attended one-act play festivals to see and vote for my mother's plays. And vote often. So orderly vote often. Even today when friends come for dinner at the Rudens, they are always struck by the intensity and the pace of the Ruden conversations. And the most beloved topics are usually politics and religion. This is not, a shock. And they live in Florida for many reasons, but one is, I believe, so that they can vote in Florida. Yes, important. Right.
Counts a lot there.
Where it's more important.
So we Rudens take ourselves very seriously, sometimes too seriously, as my special friend in my life often finds himself saying to me, it's a line from Stripes where he says, "Lighten up, Francis," and it comes from them. But the Rudens also know how to lighten up. The marriage of my parents is also a marriage of humor. My father, in particular, always keeps us on our toes, especially on April Fool's Day, where he has been known to say, look at your shirt, there's a stain on it. And then you look down and he says, oh, April Fools. Many of us here, same joke every year. Many of us have also been duped by him on many occasions when he calls us up and pretends to be the IRS official asking for our back taxes. And also duped on the phone when he calls and puts on his German accent and says, "We know where you are and we know everything that you are doing."
Like when he's the Pope?
Right. Does he remember?
Yeah, he does the good Pope, yes.
Theirs is also a marriage of companionship, and it's in a very real life kind of way. When I explain to people where my parents live, I explain that they have two homes. The Florida home is really big, and each of them has a room with their own computer, and they have to yell across the whole house in order to talk to each other. The New York City apartment is very small, yet they still yell across the apartment in order to hear each other. That is very true. Like you yell across the So they also, one of the successes of their marriage is they each work out an hour a day. I think that you know that they're very in shape. But I think that the key to the success of the marriage is that they each do it separately. So they each have the hour at the gym, and they each also have an hour back at the apartment. And also whenever
Sometimes with me. Sometimes with me.
Sometimes with you, yes. And I think also that another key to their success is that whenever my dad has a book deal, which he just got a new book.
Yes, Mazel Tov.
But he doesn't write
This
the book.
one's really going to make us rich.
Rich.
This is it.
Michael Jackson and
Easy guy. There's already a movie contract.
Michael Jackson yet lives.
Well, he hasn't been buried yet.
That's
Oh, go
why.
ahead.
So,
I'm
but
sorry.
a success is that when he writes this new book, it will not be in the apartment. It will not be in the house. It is done at the library, which is out of the house away, and that's part of the success. 40 years of marriage means that it is 40 years of discovering the truth about somebody. I came across the following quote about marriage by Judith Viors. In 1973. I didn't find the quote in 1973. She wrote it in 1973. Infatuation is when you think he's as sexy as Robert Redford, and for those of you who don't know, my mom puts on lipstick whenever she goes to the supermarket. She says, you never know who's going to be there. I might run into Paul Newman or Robert Redford.
I can't say that anymore.
She doesn't wear so. But so strikes.
No mas,
Yeah.
Robert.
Right, I know. Infatuation is when you think he's as sexy as Robert Redford, smart as Henry Kissinger, as noble as Ralph Nader, as funny as Woody Allen. I'm just quoting the quote.
Well, 73 we all.
And as athletic as Jimmy Connors. Love is when you realize he's as sexy as Woody Allen, as smart as Jimmy Connors, as funny as Ralph Nader, and as athletic as Henry Kissinger, and nothing like Robert Redford, but you'll take him anyway.
That's great.
What else have I learned from my parents about making their marriage work? Patience, listening, understanding, humor that I talked about, giving one another space and taking care of the other. And of course the foundation of love, and that the love changes from year to year. Paul Sweeney wrote, a wedding anniversary is the celebration of love, trust, partnership, tolerance, and tenacity. The order varies for any given year. Judaism views marriage as the ideal human state. Both the Torah and the Talmud view a man without a wife or a woman without a husband as incomplete. In addition, Judaism views marriage as holy. It's a sanctification of life, and the ceremony is called Kedushin. The bride and groom are not only the two present at the wedding ceremony, the chuppah represents God's presence as well. The purpose of marriage is both procreation, which you have done. Fulfilled.
Continuing to
And
be.
tonight at the Waldorf, they made another baby.
And companionship. Tonight we celebrate 40 years of that companionship, holiness, and God's presence. As we join together in the Shehachianu, we celebrate and toast that you have reached the season, and we wish you many more years together. So we'll do the Shehachianu, and then we'll raise our glasses.
It's
so,
a prayer.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, shehachianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu l'zman hazeh.
Amen.
Blessed is Adonai our God, and we thank God for enabling all of us, but especially Marcia and Jim, for reaching this season. And
Thank
so
you.
we
Thank you.
toast you.
L'chaim.
Good job, Queen.